Hi witches, what's be? This is White Raven over here. How are you, pretties? I know I owe you a video. I've been away from you guys probably for a few months, so you probably are wondering what is White Raven doing. I've been going some really cool and awesome transitions in my life, so I took a couple of months off, not because I wanted it or needed to take this off. It's just I had no time. I need to focus in what I was doing, and now I'm done with what I was doing, and I can fully and again address your issues, your questions, your concerns, and some of your spells and all that stuff. I'm extremely happy to be back over here, and I'm just going to go straight to what I want to talk to you guys about today, which is the different phases of the moon. A lot of people have inboxed me, and also I have a new email which I'm going to write in here somewhere through the course of this video, and probably at the end of the video, probably in the description box of the video, so you guys can email me, because sometimes messages over here, they comment on the YouTube channel, and my messages in Witches Layer, it gets really confusing. There's a lot. Okay, so some of you guys have asked me about the phases of the moon. White Raven, do you use the phases of the moon? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. All right, but in that note, I want to share with you guys some information in regards to this topic. What are the phases of the moon? When you look at the moon in the sky, you see that sometimes she's full. I mean, the most popular moon of all the moons is the full moon. Sometimes she's smaller. Sometimes she's like there's a half moon. Sometimes there's a very, very tiny little speck in the sky, and sometimes there's no moon. So how does that relate to magic? What do we do with the different phases of the moon? So I'm going to share with you guys some information. I don't know generally information when it comes to the phases of the moon. I know it. There's a lot of really good books out there on the phases of the moon. I'm going to link one over here that I particularly like. And usually when I need to do specific magic, I look for information. Okay, I have a general idea of the phases of the moon for me to do spells, but if I want something in detail, I usually research, and I go to my books and I research, like, okay, this is going to be a good time. But let's start with the waxing crescent of the moon. Okay, you look at the sky and you look at this little banana, right? It's in the right side. Sometimes the moon is tilted, so when you look upside, you know what I'm saying. So you're gonna get this half little banana on the sky, right? On the right side, there's the moon. The left side is dark. That is called the waxing of the moon. Okay, that's the crescent, the waxing crescent of the moon, like the beginning of the moon, right? So what do we do in this time? Everything that you do in the waxing of the moon, when the moon is growing towards the full moon, it takes about 14 days from the moon to you see the moon in the sky, and it's completely full. All right, so that's those first 2 weeks. Okay, the first 2 quarters of that moon, you're going to use to do stuff. You're going to do things to draw things towards you, to increase growth spell. The energy of that moon is going to assist you to bring things out and to action. All right. You want to start new projects. This is a good time to do the spell on that. Making plans for the future. This is a good time. As the moon grows, so will your spell. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you start growing. It's like planting a seed, and your spell is planting. You plant that seed with your spell, and it's going to start growing with the moon. Okay? Self-improvement. More positive attitude towards you to improve your psychic abilities. Everything that you want to bring out is going to be done in that first quarter of the moon. Okay, that first week. All right, those first days that the moon is going to go from a little banana to a half moon, right? Then the waxing half moon. Waxing means like growing. Moon is growing, okay? So in the waxing half moon, you're going to see the half moon, that half disc in the sky. The moon is going to be towards your right hand. The darker side is going to be on the left. Again, sometimes the moon is tilted, and but you know what I'm saying once you look at it. In this time, the energy is most conducive to attraction. All right, that is your first quarter. All right, so you're going to bring things from the outside to you. Okay, so the first time, your crescent moon is going to be things to bring things out. When the moon is half, is for you to bring things from the outside to you. For example, a lost object. If you're looking for a job or you're hunting for a house, anything that you're looking for, that's when you're going to perform your spells. Again, if you want to keep it simple, from the waxing of your moon, for the first time that you see that little banana on the sky until the moon is full, you're just going to be doing spells that are going to be for increasing, for a growing spell, for drawing things to you. All right. Now, waxing gibbous. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that properly, so please forgive me. That is when the moon reaches half, but it's just a little bit more rounded, right? It almost looks like she's pregnant, right? So you have it's almost close to be full. It's almost close to be full, right? This is for renewing your strength, for reeling things that you have sent out there. This is when you claim and you start getting back what you have sent out there that you want, all right? This is the great time for that, all right? After that, of course, you're going to get the most amazing and the most popular of all the moons, which is the full moon. Now, witches in full moon, a full moon is almost like a white candle. It's good for everything, right? So this is an all-purpose moon, okay? And it's going to take, like I said, it's going to take 14 days from the moment the moon comes out in the sky and you see that like tiny little speck all the way to the full moon. It's completely round. And let me tell you guys, there's a lot of websites in the internet and applications that tells you exactly the time of the full moon in your area and all the phase that the moon is in. So if you want to learn a little bit more, you can start working close with the phases of the moon. I suggest that you go online and you get one of those applications. There's many of them. It's pretty cool, actually. Okay, so full moon. So we're going to do celebration and we're going to do prayers of peace. Or this is the most powerful energy of all the cycle. All right, so over here, you're going to get extra power if you have any difficulties. You're going to use this energy for priorities in your life. Things that are very important, that pertains to you. Okay, that really matter in your life. You're going to use this energy for that. You can do love spells in here, anything that pertains to you. Full moon is an energy that you can use literally for everything. Okay, then what's going to happen after the full moon? You're going to have then the waning of the moon. First, you get the waxing when the moon is growing. Now the moon is going to start to decrease. So after the full moon, the moon starts getting smaller. So the right side of the moon starts getting darker, right? So waning of the moon or waning gibbous. So the moon is on the left side now and she looks like she's pregnant, right? She's taking a little bit of the right side. She's not halfway. She's taking a little bit of the right side, but she's mostly now on the left. So this is a phase of the moon that you're going to use for repelling things, all right, to get rid of stuff. So banishing, you're going to do banishing spells on this phase of the moon. anything that has to do with decreasing, with repelling, with reversing spells, this is when you're going to do it. After the moon reaches the full moon and it starts getting smaller, that's when you start doing things for banishing, to take away, to get rid of, okay? If you think about it, almost makes sense, okay? The beginning of the moon is the beginning, and sending out good stuff and getting stuff, good positive things to you, and sending growing spells. And when the moon starts shrinking, it's for you to do banishing spells, closure spells. You can clean your magical tools in this time. A lot of people ask me when it's a good time to clean your magical tools. This is a great time when your moon is waning, all right? And let me see what else you can do over here, because there's so many things you can do that I took some notes. This is about the most general things. If I get into details, you guys are going to get confused. I don't want you to get confused. Okay, so after that, right, you get the 1.5. So now she's like this, right? It's like a C in the sky, half a cookie, right? And it's now, the moon is all now in the left side and the right side is now dark, right? So you are going to be, this is going to be for real, the third quarter of the moon. And the energy is aiding with transitions. Any transitions that you're doing, if you have to do spells because you want to get over somebody, if you're trying to move and there's some transition, anything that is a transition is going to be performed in this time. And let me see if I can give you some other, if you're going from one word to another and you need assistance in getting used to or adapting to a place, this is a good time to do those spells, okay? That's what the energy is going to be aiding you in, transitions, all right? And this is when the moon is it's like a C in the sky, and the moon is on the left side on the sky, all right? The white side of the moon. Then you're going to have the Waning crescent, which is, again, that little banana that in the beginning when the moon comes out is on the right. Now the little banana is on the left, which means the moon is about to be completely gone. Okay, this is a very powerful time to tear curses off or to send evil back to those who send them to you. I have a spell here in my videos that is about sending curses back to the sender. This is a good time to do it. Okay, it's going to be in the Waning crescent on the moon. When that little banana is almost done, when the moon is almost consuming the sky, you want to do all these very powerful spells. This is strongest for banishing and stop things that no longer serve you. Okay, finishing relationships, stuff like this. All right, if you want to put closure in any situations and any issues, this is a good time for you to do those spells. And now we're going to encounter one of my favorites, which is the dark of the moon. No moon, zero moon, nada, zero, dark outside. Okay, now this is some serious time for you to do spells. And then when I say serious, I want you to understand that this is going to be a very powerful moment for you to do destructive magic. Okay? Finishing stuff. Okay? When you're going to cast a curse. Now, the things, this is not necessarily bad, correct? Because you can finish things like an illness, like cancer, for example. An addiction, a drug addiction, alcoholism. So just because it's dark and I'm telling you this is a very powerful energy does not mean you're going to just vanquish something. You're going to use this phase of the moon. All right? And when I say destructive, understand that destructive is not always a negative thing. Okay, because if we need to destroy illnesses in people that we love or in ourselves, bad habits, our own addictions, like alcoholism, like I said, or any kind of drug addiction, this is a good time to do that. Okay, do not take this energy lightly. Okay, this is not for silly things like you want to finish. I don't know, any silly thing that you want to finish. That's not the energy that you need for this. This has a lot of boom, on it, okay? And it's a very serious and powerful energy that I will really use it for things that matters. Really, really, really would. If you're mad at your friend, you don't want to talk to her anymore, this is not the energy you want to use for it, okay? If you want to get rid of a stalker, if you want to get rid of an abusive husband, if you want to get rid of something that is threatening your life, this is the energy that you're going to be using. You can also do this energy for soul searching, for divination. Just because it's dark and there's no moon out there does not mean we still have that energy with us. Okay, so I really hope this helped you a little bit. I'm going to try to put some pictures here in the video while I talk, when I edit this video. I'm extremely happy to be back with you guys. You like my shirt? Yeah, I'm just summoning any demons, but I really like this shirt. People look at me like I'm weird when I'm wearing it, so I love it. I'm really excited to be back with you guys. I'm going to take the time every week to try to read your emails and all that stuff. Again, I'm going to have an email that I'm going to link over here. I'm really excited that I finally have an email for you guys. Thank you so much for all the patience that you guys always have with me. Thank you so much for all the love messages that you guys have left in Witch's Lair. And I'm extremely, extremely, extremely happy to be with you guys. And we'll be addressing some other spells and some other requests that are very interesting, actually. Like dreams. Some of you guys want to know a little bit about dreams, and I have a little bit to say about that because I really love my dreams. Until then, stay wicked. It is always awesome talking to you, witches, and thank you so much for all the love. And I hope this little video helped you out a little bit with the phases of the moon. Love you, witches, and stay wicked. Bye.